Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you like the videos, don't forget, hit the subscribe button down below and click the bell notification right next to it. That way you'll know every time I'm uploading a new video and every time I'm starting a new live stream. Let's get right into this review. We're doing yet another Speedy sample review. We've got 24 samples in these two boxes. These samples are made up of whiskeys sent to me by distilleries to review, whiskeys sent to me by friends out there in the whiskey world, and whiskeys that I've already reviewed and have put in a sample bottle a few months after that bottle was opened so we can see how the whiskey's doing with a little bit of airtime. So if this is a re-review, it'll be linked up here and down in the description below. Let's grab our random number generator and pick our sample. We've got 24 samples programmed in and we'll be reviewing sample number 3. So that's easy. 1, 2, and 3. Pour a little bit of whiskey. Got a reasonably dark color here. Yeah, nice dark amber. A little bit of heat on the nose. Touch of fruitiness. A little apple. A little cherry. Touch of vanilla back there. It smells pretty good. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Yeah, big pop of light fruit up front. Quickly in the mid palate, it's kind of followed by this juicy red, fruity, like red apple, berry character. The back of the palate, it kind of rounds out a little bit with some bitterness there to kind of bring down the sweetness, which is good. Let's get another taste. Definitely higher proof. I'm getting a definite warming feeling on the tongue. Doesn't taste too familiar. I don't know if I've tasted this before. There's some citrus mixed in there. Mid palate's where it really starts to pop. When it brings in those like juicy red apple and those berry characters, they really kind of explode with flavor for a second there. I would say the back of the palate's a little lacking in flavor. I don't mind that it finishes with a little bit of bitterness, but it's definitely not a lot of flavor back there. Finish is medium, on the longer side of medium. You're not left with a lot of great flavor on the palate, but you definitely got some flavors working still. Get a quick sip of water here. Get one more sip in. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty decent. Like I said, it's a higher proof whiskey. I mean, it feels like it's over 100. Maybe we're in that 105, maybe 110 range. Reasonable amount of flavor. Excuse me. Up front, there was almost, I feel like I'm almost tasting a hint of like a grassiness, like a slightly young note, but it comes and goes really quickly. It is definitely not, if that's what it is, it's definitely not prevalent in this whiskey. This does not taste like an extraordinarily young whiskey. There's just this flash of it, and I got it a couple of times. So maybe it's not super old, but we'll see. That might just be, some rye spice or something else that's kind of mimicking that character to a degree. Because like I said, in most young whiskeys, you taste it throughout the whole thing, and in this, I don't. I think it's pretty good. I could use a little bit more complexity and stuff. It's not a super complex whiskey. There's got a definite few flavor notes. Like I said, it really pops mid-palate with a couple nice fruity flavors. Then it kind of dies out a little bit on the back, and you're not left with, you got a long finish, it's just not a great finish. It's a decent finish, it's just not a great one. So I'm going to say this is an 83. I think it's pretty good whiskey. So let's see what it is. Oh, nice. This is the Peerless Rye 3-year-old, 109.1 proof, so we nailed the proof. We kind of nailed the youth too. This is a 3-year-old whiskey, and it was tasting like that, but this definitely tastes older than most 3-year-old whiskeys have been tasting to me. So that's a good thing. Score originally that I gave it was an 82, so I gave it an 83 this time. So I'd say it's pretty darn similar. I think it definitely is tasting better than I remember it tasting the first time. I remember it tasting a bit younger, and I think the airtime really did it some good here. It opened it up, let it develop a few more flavors. I just think that while it doesn't taste young and grassy like a lot of young whiskeys do, it doesn't have the complexity that I would like to see in a whiskey. It doesn't have the depth, and that's obvious at a 3-year age statement. When it's 3 years old, it's not going to have that depth of flavor, so I wouldn't expect it to. This, as we discussed last time, as many know, is a relatively expensive whiskey. It's not cheap, so it's really kind of difficult when you get into the price as to, is it worth the $100 or $120 that they charge for this whiskey? I don't know. I think it's good. I don't really think it's $120 good personally. I wouldn't want to pay that for it now. Now in a few years, I think this is going to be amazing whiskey. Like when they hit 5 and 6 years, I said this the last time and I'll say this again, this is going to be great whiskey. Peerless is doing good things. It's just at this point their whiskey is young. But when it gets to be a little bit older, it is going to be amazing. I'd really like to try their bourbon because, like I said, they're doing a really good job. I think their bourbon's 4 years old that they put it out at. I'd really like to see how that's tasting. So maybe I need to hit them up and ask them and see if I can get a sample. So if you've tried Peerless, let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is the 3-year-old rye, and I would imagine that at some point in the near future, they're going to be releasing a 4-year-old rye. So anyways, let me know what you think of Peerless in the comments down below. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can get me on Instagram also at Mission Bottle Kill, where I'm posting all those pictures of people killing great bottles of whiskey. If you want me to post your picture, just tag at Mission Bottle Kill on your post, and I will repost it for you. And also, you can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews, that's whiskey with an E, at gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.